the unpredictability of the business is what's very challenging about it.
So do you miss it?
Right now, as I'm talking to you, absolutely not. No, no, I don't.
Italian Wine Travel with Stevie Kim.
Buongiorno. We are back. Grandi Langhe 2026. We have a fellow New Yorker joining us today, Yannick Benjamin. Ciao, Yannick.
Ciao, how are you?
Come stai?
Perfecto.
How's your Italian?
Not so good.
Yeah, okay. So this is your first time in Grandi Langhe, right?
That's correct, yeah, my first time here, yeah.
So before we get into it, for those who are less familiar, can you just kind of present yourself, what you do, who you are?
Yep, Yannick Benjamin from New York City, founder of a wine store called Beaupierre Wines and Spirits. And the reason why it's called Beaupierre, it's named after my father. It's actually in the same building that I was born and raised in. My
Holy
mom lives
crap,
right above.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she lives right above the wine store, my mom.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, it's very convenient. So I get all the good food from her. So yeah.
Oh, that's excellent.
Exactly. And also have a nonprofit called Wine on Wheels, where we do a lot of little wine tastings, seminars to raise money for the disability community, primarily in New York City.
Okay, so tell me about Beaupierre. I mean, it's the name of your dad, but it sounds French. Do you have any Italian
Yeah,
wines?
of course. We have we have wines from all around the world, but it means beautiful Pierre because my father's name was Pierre, and then Pierre also translates into rock. So it's a good play on words, being that we're a wine store. No, but we do have wines from all around the world, but really kind of generally speaking, we almost feel like we want to represent producers where we know we can knock on the door and the winemaker will be there getting their hands dirty.
Yeah, so how many wines do you have at the shop?
Where
are you located?
We're located on 664 10th Avenue between 46 and 47.
So is that Hell's Kitchen?
Hell's Kitchen, yep. Yeah, like a few blocks away from Times Square. And we have about 400 selections at the wine store.
Oh, so that's not bad. And how important, how significant is Italy? You know, I'm very vertical. I'm Italy-centric, so.
No, but even for myself, Italy's a region or a country that really means a lot to me. Very important, one of my first sommelier jobs was to work for Lidia Bastianic at the legendary Lidia. So it's had a big impact. And then also Sir Maccioni, who was from Montecatini in Tuscany, he hired me. Really one of my first restaurant jobs at Le Cirque 2000. So it is a pretty big deal, for sure, a big representation.
So are you still also at the University Club?
Yes, very much so.
You forgot about that.
No, I wasn't trying. I didn't want to be too long-winded, of course.
So tell us a little bit about what you do at the University
So
Club.
I've been the director of wine there for over almost 13 years, I should say. And
long time.
Yeah, long time. We have a very big selection, 2,300 references, close to about 45,000 bottles in the cellar. And the cellar used to be the old mortuary because we're on the grounds of the St. Luke's Hospital. So pretty fantastic. So it's about 4,000 members and definitely a wine-centric private club for sure.
So what is the process of choosing the wines? How do you source the wines? Both for Beaupierre, your shop, and also the University Club?
Well, I think for me personally, one of the great things is the ability to be able to travel and really meet the people behind the label. So that's really wonderful. And even something like the Grandi Langhe or, whether it's Vin Italy or these major events, stopping by these booths. And I usually like to go to the booths that I've never heard the winery, the name, and then really spend time because you see all the...
Just randomly?
Just randomly, yeah, for sure. I like to do it and then kind of ask them a million questions and spend time with them, and that's what I like to do, yeah.
But how do you navigate like 515 wineries here?
But it's through research and development. Primarily, I would say social media, seeing my other friends from around the world that are working as sommeliers or that are involved with the world of wine who are posting and go, oh, I've never heard of this wine, let me look it up. And that's really kind of how I I get a lot of my information these days.
So, you know, we actually used to have a restaurant called Contento. It was a nice, cute little restaurant
Yes.
in Harlem.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's closed now. But tell me, like, the challenges of your experience in the hospitality. Well, you're still in it, but
Yes.
in the restaurant business.
Well, I'm second generation. My father, my uncles were in the restaurant business. And of course, I've been doing this for well over 30 years. I started working in restaurants at the age of 16. And now I'm 48. You know, they tell you all the time, it's very different when you actually own the business, right? As opposed, just because you're in the business itself, working in there, doesn't really mean that you know what it's like to actually have the responsibility of owning the business. And I loved it, and I was so happy to finally get it out of my system to be able to own my own business. But there's just so many moving parts. There's Department of Buildings, Department of Health, trying to get staff. What do you do when your line cook calls out the very last minute? So the unpredictability of the business is what's very challenging about it.
So do you miss it?
Right now, as I'm talking to you, absolutely not. No, no, I don't. No.
All right, so listen, Piemonte, tell me kind of what your thoughts are with the Piemonte wine in terms, you're both a sommelier, you're also an entrepreneur, you're also a wine director, you wear different hats, you run a charity organization. Where do you see Piemonte in your life right now in terms of wine spectrum?
I mean, a massive importance in my life for sure. I mean, I have a couple of pages dedicated at the University Club to wines of Piedmont, in particularly the Langhe for sure, Barolo and Barbaresco. We have a couple of producers representing Dolcetto and Barbera. But even, you know, what was really great about doing my whole little tour that I've not finished here at the Grandi Langhe is, oh my God, you know, like I need to like explore more of the white wines of Piedmont, you know, Timoroso, which I'm very familiar with, but gosh, you know, what a wonderful little grape and of different little styles and expressions, and of course Favorita and you name it. And even other little red grapes like Ruque that I've been enjoying for like lunch and dinner. Very pleasant wine.
So what are kind of the, we were talking to Mary Ewing Mulligan just now, and she's like, I mean, she thinks it's a bit hyped, you know, Timorasso.
Yeah.
You know, she was a little bit disappointed. But what do you think are the overlooked great varieties or wines from Piemonte?
Yeah. Well, I think, listen, I know in New York, there's certainly a big trend of like drinking wines that are light, fresh, and vibrant, you know, but Grignolino, when it's like chilled, it's a very happy and energetic red wine that I very much like. And I also think I've always been a big fan of Dolcetto. I think this is I mean, in New York, there's a big demand for Beaujolais, and the prices for Beaujolais have certainly gone up as well because of that demand. But I think Dolcetto has an incredible place in the wine market and for great value, especially in retail too.
So now, like, how has your business been in 2025, the wine shop, for example?
Well, we're in Hell's Kitchen, and we have a densely populated area of just wonderful people. So, I mean, we have
mostly residents then?
Mostly residents, yeah, definitely locals, some tourists, you know. But I think we've done quite well. We're very happy with how things are. You know, we just have to pay the bills to keep the electricity on and all that kind of stuff, and obviously the product. But I would say very, very happy with how things are going, and so is my wife.
So is your wife working with you at Beaupierre?
That's her baby. She's there all the time, you know, while I'm out there hustling, and she's hustling too, don't get me wrong, but she's stationed there. That's her baby.
So how do you organize your time between the University Club and then the shop, and as well as the Wine on Wheels?
So the Wine on Wheels is a passion project, so I just kind of, wherever I can find space and time, I'll do that. But certainly the University Club takes up a lot of my time, no doubt about that. I'm probably doing anywhere from about 50 to 60 hours a week, without a doubt. And then another 10 hours is dedicated to Beaupierre. You know, me and my wife every morning will just do like a little recap, and that's how it kind of goes. And I'll get my private collectors to reach out to me for some wines, talk to them about it, and then I just pass it over to my wife, and she'll close everything else.
Okay.
So you just kind of figure it out.
So in your shop, what do you see in terms of wine trends? What kind of wines are you selling? Are they popular at the moment?
You know, it's funny, I think, as I was saying before, definitely like these light, fresh, crunchy red wines for sure. Or that, you know, whether it's Nerolo Mescalese from Mount Etna, those are really popular. I can, you know, I coming here, I'm going, yeah, we should have some more Grignaglino, some more Fresa, things like that of that nature. But I think that's sort of like where I'm seeing the trend at.
Right.
I think that people are drinking less, but I think people are drinking better.
Everyone's saying that. That seems to be kind of the motto.
But yeah, but I think
Less but better.
But I listen. Our motto at Wine on Wheels is to drink with purpose, right? The whole experience of it all, right? And so I think instead of buying three like you know, maybe okay wines,
Right.
for that price you buy one really excellent bottle and you're not crushing it because it's stimulating you. It's so cerebral.
So before we close, if you would like to give one advice to the producers, Piemontese, for the American market that you are different has, what would it be?
What would it be? Oh my gosh. Well, I'd say be patient and be optimistic. You know, I think we're heading in the right direction. I know people they're saying it's doomsday out there. I certainly don't feel like it's doomsday because not everything's static. Things are evolving, and I think the palate in America is certainly evolving. But wanting to drink better stuff instead of wanting to like crush 4 bottles, why don't we crush 2 bottles?
Okay, very good. And on that positive note, not very dry January, so, well, we didn't talk about that, but that's another, we need an entire day for that. So signing off here, my name's Stevie Kim with our friend, our dear friend, Yannick Benjamin from New York City. Beaupierre is his wine shop, University Club is where he's the wine director, and then of course his very dear project of his, it's called Wine on Wheels. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Ciao.
And that's it. It's a wrap. Ciao ragazzi.